next top story, the number 4 top story is, who could Bitcoin builders be serving better? This is from Bird Eye 21, March 31st, Bitcoin territory. This is 22 comments, 3,540 sats. Keyan, what's this?
Yeah, so Bird Eye's back. Bird Eye took about a year off Stacker.News, but they asked these great questions and got a big discussion going. That is their legacy. But they asked this question, so who are we ignoring as Bitcoin builders? Their own answer is that small and medium business owners, we tend to ignore them a lot, even though they basically make up the majority of businesses, a super majority of businesses. And we should maybe stop focusing on corporations and institutions and individuals. I think that's an interesting point. I probably wouldn't agree that should be the primary focus. I personally would suggest that internet applications are probably the most overlooked and probably more likely to have a great product market fit for Bitcoin than any other sector, beyond, of course, store of value use cases. But as medium exchange use cases, I think we're likely to see Bitcoin succeed on the internet before we do in person, because it is natively there, and internet people are going to have an easier time using Bitcoin than someone who maybe only has a phone and doesn't really transact on the internet much. Justin Shocknet has a similar idea. I've heard from, I think it was Shinobi, which I really liked. He said that we shouldn't be trying to compete with credit cards. We should be trying to use Bitcoin everywhere where a credit card does not make sense. And that kind of overlaps with my thinking on medium exchange. One of the reasons why I think Stacker.News hasn't existed before and things like Zaps on Nostr haven't existed before is because credit cards are ill-suited so you don't want to KYC into a social client, although everyone in Bitcoin does for the most part. But you also don't want to pay the credit card fees and deal with all of that to send people pennies. So I think that's a great insight. So that would be my answer. What about yours? Do you feel like there's anywhere in particular?
I think churches, to be honest, and I feel like, but I also know they wouldn't accept them. So it's kind of like a
tithings.
Well, not even that. It's just I feel like they would probably be the best served. And I know there's like the Bitcoin church conference that they have once a year.
Yeah, Bitcoin for Christians.
And then I know like G's talked about it with his church. I've never brought it up, but they've asked me a couple of questions around Bitcoin, but I try not to like bring it up ever. But I do think like if they were set up to accept Bitcoin, I think that would be just beneficial to churches just in general, because they would be able to have like an Unchained account and be able to grow that over time, and it would be beneficial to them. I also think like nonprofits would be beneficial to them too as well. Who else?
Anywhere where they have a balance sheet, they have an endowment of some kind.
Yeah, like the University of Austin here. Like I think that's a really good one.
Well, yeah, they're doing that, right? With Unchained partnered with
most education places. I would say you should have something like that. Who else? I think those type of people, but I don't think that's on the builders. I think that's more on like the biz developers, the biz dev people. Who else? I really want to see gas. I feel like gas is like an untapped.
You want to pay for gas and Bitcoin?
No, not me personally, but like I do feel like that's just an untapped. And electricity. I feel like electricity and gas is just two untapped markets that
I bet Austin from Sonoto would agree with you.
That are just like ripe for Bitcoin disruption especially gas at the pump. Like there's no reason why you have to settle with a credit card. And then, so especially with cards that like they'll hold like 50 or so. Have you ever done that where you pay with like your debit card, and like if you pre-auth it like charges you like $75 at the pump, and then it holds it for like 4 days or something, but you only paid like $20 in gas. It does that at some gas stations. Not all
really?
of them.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah. It's happened to me like a few times where it's just super annoying. And then and then there's what else? And then but like it would make more sense if you just you just zapped.
Yeah, as you pumped gas, like streaming, it's like a podcast. It's like gas 2.0, like podcasting 2.0 for gas.
Get Adam Curry on it.
Yeah, Adam Curry needs to start.
Adam Curry needs to build a gas station. That'd be funny. I'm sure he could do
Buc-ee's for Bitcoin.
I'm sure he could do it where he lives. He could totally build a gas station. Dude, people would come out there to check out his gas station just to pump gas.
You could play his podcast while you're like.
Dude, actually, you know what? You know what probably would make more sense? Maybe Elon should probably do that. He could probably do that with his Tesla supercharger thing.
Oh, right. He could do micropayments.
He could totally do micropayments. Maybe that's where he needs to start.
Yeah, but he's not going to do Bitcoin because he doesn't seem to be much of a Bitcoiner.
That and I think other places to mine Bitcoin would be cool too. But I don't know. Like there was this guy I talked to at the mining summit last year, and he was trying to do something in the ocean where he was trying to mine Bitcoin with ocean water.
Whoa!
I don't know how he was going to do it, but it sounded cool.
They have power generators that you can put in the ocean. Waves. They use the waves.
Yeah,
that's cool.
That and like space mining would be cool.
Oh, that'd be really cool. You just drop a crate in the ocean.
And the waves
just mines Bitcoin.
But how would it generate?
From the waves. The waves have energy. You harvest the energy in some kind of turbine that it spins a fan, kind of like a wind turbine, but it's using water instead of air.
But how would you keep it in the pocket where it could still get like 3G or 4G or whatever?
The internet connectivity might be a problem, but you can maybe figure that out. I bet you could have some kind of radio signal that could reach land.
Maybe you keep it like in one of those shrimp boat nets.
Oh, so you can pull it up?
Yeah.
Oh, well, maybe. Yeah, you probably need to service it a little bit, but maybe you can get like older miners that you don't mind if they go bad. You just drop them in the ocean, harvesting.
Just drop them with maybe out there in like where the
just litter the ocean.
maybe they just like put them with the crab, those little crab things.
Yeah, have them maintain it. Have the crabs. Put them a little AI chip in them.
They probably make just as much money as those crabs.
Yeah, better. Yeah, we could have the Alaskan fishermen get the miners and service them as part of their.
That'd be amazing.
As part of their deadliest catch.
Look at this! All the problems we're fixing.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
That's what's really overlooked is.
What else did Justin say? So Justin just said.
He's talking about similar things where we're just kind of focused on like the meat space. He's basically like meat space is poorly suited for Bitcoin right now, which is I think anyone who's thought about this a bit would agree.
Yeah.
But, or at least anyone who's building things that are, not in meat space have made the journey of deciding that meat space is going to be much, much harder.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. You have to already be a Bitcoiner for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he said when people pay with Bitcoin primarily in meat space, it's to virtue signal.
And just to support the space itself.
Yeah, to be good
stewards.
Bitcoiners.
Cool.